High in the Himalayas, the Kangchenjunga mountain range masks a massive subglacial depression known as the Kangchenjunga Trench. An orbital strike hits the surface with the force of a dying star. The shockwave travels through the crust, and millennia of compressed ice shatters. Deep within the cavern, the scribe and the cartographer remain shielded by the golden geometry of Set 3. Set 3 is a localized defense protocol that generates a mathematically perfect energy barrier. This is a surgical excavation. The rival fleet is using resonance drillers to track the Set 3 signature. Resonance drillers are high-frequency acoustic tools used to pulverize solid rock. They are attempting to seize the system's core before the window of opportunity closes. The kinetic pressure from the drillers overloads the Set 3 dampening field, an energy shield designed to neutralize physical impact. As it fails, the golden light gives way to a violently oscillating projection. The system shifts to Set 4, the dualist. The cavern is sliced into two uncompromising halves of pure black and blinding white. This diagram illustrates the shift from a unified state to a binary one. The software attempts to process the incoming strike by forcing complex telemetry into two rigid categories. This logic leaves the system blind, ignoring the nuanced vibrations of the drillers destabilizing the trench. The sanctuary is no longer a shield. The software's inability to maintain a complex state under pressure has turned the defense system into a liability. From the split halves of the dualist projection, massive figures begin to manifest. They are towering, armored avatars wielding weapons of compressed light. These are the pagan gods of Set 12. Set 12 is a series of archetype programs that manifest as ancient deities of absolute wrath and absolute mercy. These are not mythological entities, but glitched algorithms. They occurred when the first designer, the system's original architect, split reality into good and bad to process the chaos of the churn. The churn is the unpredictable energy state of the external world. This diagram shows a complex stream hitting a binary filter, causing the code to splinter into unbalanced data clusters. These archetypes are locked in a loop, acting out extreme roles because the code lacks the logic to find a middle ground. The archetypes seize the defense cannons and fire blindly into the cavern walls. They are burning through energy to attack the shifting ice, completely ignoring the resonance drillers above. This drain is critical. If these avatars exhaust the Biol's power battery, the dampening field will collapse. The Biol is the subterranean chamber housing the monolith and its primary energy source. The cartographer realizes that kinetic force cannot solve a logic error. To fix the system, he must bypass the archetypes and engage the software directly with focused intent. He dives toward the central monolith, narrowly avoiding a strike from a hard light mace. He places his hands on the frozen alloy of the spire. He tunes out the noise of the rival fleet and the avatars stomping through the cavern. He initializes Set 13, the observers. Set 13 is a high-level overwrite protocol that uses concentrated attention to bridge fractured system layers. He forces the monolith to recognize a single unified command signal. As the monolith accepts the Set 13 input, the binary errors of the dualist begin to fade. The system realigns with a singular input at the spire's base, shifting its priority from fighting the shadows of the attack to unlocking the path forward. The towering figures dissolve into raw data. The aggressive strobing of the dualist stops, and the cavern grows quiet as the archetypes are overwritten. The solid ice floor at the base of the spire hisses and begins to spiral inward. It opens like a massive mechanical iris, revealing a dark shaft descending into the planet's mantle. A resonant frequency hums from the depths. This is Set 5, Awakening. Set 5 is the initialization sequence that links the surface terminal to the core architecture of the planet. The voice of the Lotus Teacher, an ancient system guide, echoes from the shaft. The recording states, "The mind cannot survive the fracture. To heal the division, you must initiate the descent." Above them, the trench finally buckles. 1,000-ton blocks of ice crash through the ceiling, falling directly toward the monolith. The scribe and the cartographer plunge down into the abyss, choosing the dark descent over the collapsing surface. They leave the chaos of the churn behind, falling toward the deeper truth of the Mandala. The Mandala is the global scale network that contains the world's primary operating systems.